Namaste students. Today I am going to discuss about the cell cytotoxicity and viability assays. So in the animal cell culture, there are different methods for the analysis of the viable cells. What are the viable cells? When we perform the animal cell culture, there are some procedures which may damage the cells, or sometimes it may happen that the cell may be contaminated, or sometimes by the method of freezing and thawing the cell will be damaged, and the damaged cells will not able to survive, and if the damaged cells are present, then there is no need of the animal cell culture. So we must not proceed. So at the regular basis, we need to identify the number of viable cells and the number of damaged cells. So what are the methods which are used for the identification of the viable cells, viable analysis? So the first method is the membrane integrity. So we know that cell membrane is the outermost layer of the human cell. Okay, and this cell membrane will protect the cell, but when so much temperature is there, so for example, is there any disaggregation, any separation, any freezing, and any thawing, these procedures can result in the disruption of the cell membrane. And when the cell membrane is disrupted or disaggregated, then the whole the cell will be died. So it is this method is based on the cell membrane integrity assay, in which we analyze the viability of the cell on the basis of the cell membrane. Okay, so how the cell membrane integrity is tested? It is tested by the uptake of dyes. Okay, okay, uptake of dyes, because some dyes are taken up by the viable cell, and some dyes are not impermeable. So viable cells can not allow some dyes to pass. So if uh, these dyes such as naphthalene black, tryptophan blue, erythrocins are allowed to stain the viable cells, then these cells will not stain. Only the cells which are not surviving can be stained. Okay, so due to these methods, we can analyze the number of the viable cells and number of diet cells. So these dyes are used for the analysis of the diet cells, and these cells are used for the analysis of the viable cells, because they can be retained by the viable cells. Okay, the another method can be labeled chromium test, which viable cells can fluorescent. So on the basis of these methods, there are some methods also. The first one is dye exclusion assay. In the dye exclusion assay, what happens? The viable cells are impermeable to several dyes such as naphthalene black, tryptophan blue, eosin Y, nigrosin green, and erythrocin B. Okay, so if we stain the cells by these dyes, our cell will show no color. But if they show color, then it indicates the cells are not viable and it has been dyed. So these exclusion assay is used for the analysis of the dyes, analysis of the cells which are not surviving, because the viable cells will not be permeable to these dyes. Okay, only not surviving cells will tolerate these dyes. Next is dye uptake assays. In this test, some specific dyes are added to the cells which allow only the viable cells to uptake. Okay, only viable cells will uptake these dyes, including diacetyl fluoresceins and hydrolase. Okay, these these dyes are only permeable to viable cells, but that cells will not give any color on these dyes. The next is the labeled chromium assay. Labeled chromium binds to the intracellular proteins through the amino acids. Okay, so when the cell membrane is damaged, the labeled protein will leak out, and the degree of leakage is proportional to the amount of damage. And this labeled chromium will use for the immunological study, of course, and mostly it is used for the binding of the cellular parts. So of course, if the cellular parts are bound, which indicate that the cell is not viable here. So this test is for the analysis of the uh, cells which are not viable at this time. And the next procedure is the enzyme release assay. Enzyme release assay is used for the analysis of the release of some enzymes which are released by the cell membrane. And the example is lactate dehydrogenase. The next is the cellular respiration. The cells which are viable will be involved in the cellular respiration, but the cells which are not viable will not be involved in the cellular respirations. And the next is the radioisotope incorporation. If we incorporate any radio labeled isotope to the cell, then the viable cells can be detected by the use of these radioisotope incorporation method. The next is the labeled nucleotide method. In this method, we inoculate some labeled nucleotides such as thymidine into the DNA, and we measure the amount of the DNA which is present in the cell. Okay, if the amount is enough, then it indicates that the cells are viable. The next is the labeled phosphate, which will be used for the labeling of the phosphate which is present in the nucleoside. So it is also used for the analysis of the viable cells. And colorimetric methods can also be used for the analysis of the viable cells, the cells which are currently living cells. Some these are the methods which are used in this procedure for the analysis of the viable cells, means the cells which are surviving in the animal cell culture. Some highlights of this approach can be like this, that protein content can be estimated by the methylene blue amido black sulforidimine dyes, and DNA can be quantified by the studying of the fluorescence dye. Lysosomal and Golgi body activity can be analyzed by the neutral red color. The enzymatic activity assay can be analyzed by the hexoaminidase mitochondrial succinate dehydrogenase enzyme. And the next is the analysis of the luminescent test. It is used for the viability of cells on the basis of the FTP level. The next is the viability test on the basis of the apoptosis. Apoptosis is the process by which the cells will die, and some anti-cancer agents will kill the cells. Okay, so this test is used for the cytotoxicity test. Okay, some these drugs will kill the cells which will be analyzed for the cytotoxicity. If the cells are lysed or they are not surviving, there are some changes which we can identify. The changes include the change in the morphology, the detection of the phosphatidylserine, and the DNA lagging. So these changes are observed in the cells when they are not survive. They are not surviving and they are not live. So these all are methods for the analysis of the cell viability and the cell cytotoxicity test. So our lecture is over here. Thank you very much.